Let's do a reading wrap up of all the books that I read in the month of April. Wrecked by Brie Elmina. I did a tandem read of the physical and the audiobook. One thing about me is I love a book that will crush my soul. This unfortunately did not, surprisingly. This has a little bit of a love triangle between two sisters. Our FMC's sister is engaged to the MMC. They go down in a plane crash to go get her sister's wedding dress, and things kind of unfold from there. So there is no HEA in this book. It is very heartbreaking, but I did enjoy this book. I would recommend this if you want something for your luteal phase, perhaps. I'll definitely be reading book 2 that comes out eventually as well. I love Pam Godwin. Anything she writes, I'm obsessed with. This, however, I was not obsessed, but I did still enjoy. And this is book 1 in a trilogy, and this is One is a Promise. This also has a love triangle too. Our FMC is engaged to a man. He goes on a contract tour out of the country and he does not return. She finds out a while later that he has died. She happens to get a job somewhere and she kind of falls for this man. Actually, let me see if it's on the back. Something happens where this actually turns into a love triangle. Mr. Man is actually not dead. Surprise, surprise. It's not my favorite, so I may just do book 2 and book 3 on audio to see how I like it. But if you're looking for a love triangle, highly recommend. I did read Love Overboard by Candy Steiner. One of her duets is one of my god tier book recs. This, however, missed the mark a little bit. I think this is more for rom-com lovers. There's also the reality show premise of this as well, where there's crew films that are following everybody on deck and their entire season on the yachts, which was really entertaining. If you want a lot of drama, I would read this. However, I did not feel any of the chemistry between the FMC and the MMC. They're exes. They are now stuck on a yacht together. He is the chef and she is the chief stew. It was okay. I will forget about it in a few months though, to be honest. I have been working my way through the Boys of Tommen series and I happened to read Redeeming Six this month and I absolutely loved this book. Joey and Eva are now my favorite characters of this entire series. Story is so heartbreaking and so gut-wrenching, and everything Eva has to go through, she's just such a strong character. If you love the found family, just read them. I was very slow rolling Binding and Keeping 13. They're very traumatic, but the relationship was very slow. Joey and Eva though are everything. Just read this series. Then I discovered a god tier book, Call Me Baby by Nicole Fiorina. Look at this. Okay, so this book is everything. This follows our FMC, who is a songwriter, but nobody really knows of her. She's kind of like in the shadows. She also has a very traumatic past. She's dealing with a lot of things. I don't want to tell you too much. Our FMC is Andrew, and that man has a mouth on him, and he knows how to use it, okay? It says, Andrew Harding is a bartender at night, bellhop by day, and heartbreaker by accident. But after hours, he's whoever you want him to be. Slow hands, sad eyes, filthy Jersey drawl. He gives girls their fantasy for one night only. Then the show's over. No follow-ups, no attachments, no returns needed. But Allison Taylor, she's his fantasy. Okay, and she has rules. No kissing, no sleeping over, no P&P, no feelings. And guess which rule Andrew breaks? Every effing one. Let me just tell you, if you want a yearning man, go read it. And then I did read book 2 in the Mountain Men series by B.B. Reed, and this is Chrysalis. If you want a spicy Why Choose fun time that also gives like Credence vibes, highly recommend. This is so fun, and I don't want to give too much away because this is book 2. Follows our FMC, who is Aurelia. She is a former pop star who went down in a plane crash and is now in a cabin with 3 men. So this is a Goldilocks retelling as well. And the final book that I physically read was Isle of Wrath by Claire Contreras. This is a new release, and this is a romantasy. It's a forgotten prophecy of 300-year-old curse and 2 people bound by a goddess to break it. The bond doesn't break them first. This was just okay. I don't think I'll be continuing on with this just because I wasn't feeling the story. I feel like it's short. We didn't have much world building in this, and I feel like there was just chunks of the story that was missing. Like, we need more of the prophecy, we need more of the world building. I didn't really feel anything with the chemistry. The MMC is like a shadow daddy, but I don't know, it just didn't give, and I quite honestly have forgotten everything about it. And let me go to my Goodreads. Okay, I did read another god tier book, and this is Saving Rain by Kelsey Kingsley. This is heartbreaking. This is heavy. Definitely check trigger warnings. Our MMC goes through a lot of neglect His mom is an addict. He doesn't have a father, and he ends up in prison. So he is an ex-con, and it basically just shows his story. And the majority of it, we're dealing with him in his 30s, which I found really refreshing. But our MMC soldier, I want to give him the biggest hug. And our FMC, her name is Rain. They knew each other as children. Let me tell you, he wrote her letters, but he never sent them while he was in prison. And that was the only person that he wrote letters to. His mom visited him like once. Anyways, they somehow meet as adults after he gets out of prison. And that's all I'm gonna say. It is heartbreaking. It is gut-wrenching, but luckily it does have a happy ending. I did receive the ALC of Tattered Tides by Sarah A. Bailey. You guys, I had such high hopes for this. However, I was not feeling it. If I hear Pussy Willow one more time, I'm simply going to pass away. Our FMC goes back home. She gets out of this toxic relationship to then come home and immediately go into another relationship. The MMC was so inexperienced, but somehow it was like the best she's ever had. I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it. It wasn't for me, but it might be for you. And then I also read La Dosa Vito. This was actually a really good time. This is a contemporary romance, kind of like women's fiction as well. Essentially, our FMC moves to Italy to kind of escape the limelight, move on with life for a little bit. She was in politics and kind of had a little bit of a scandal with her ex. So she flees to Italy. There's this meet cute with our MMC. She's staying at his mom's house, and he's kind of like the caretaker at the house. It's a very good bingeable summer romance. I would highly recommend if you're looking for something and it's just a standalone. And then the last book that I read was Stolen, and this is by J.M. Johnson. I am very picky when it comes to dark romance at this point in my reading journey. Dark motorcycle romance. This is a series though, so I will eventually continue on with this. But it follows our FMC who is kidnapped by her MMC, who is the VP of this motorcycle club, and she is just very resistant to being his old lady. She makes it known that she has zero interest in this man. She has been through it prior to even being in this now situationship with this man. I really enjoyed the FMC because she's confident, she's not a damsel in distress, she is a baddie. She matches his crazy, which I definitely appreciated in this. But those are the books that I read, and then I'm currently in the middle. I started Sinister by Veronica Lancet. This is one of the only arcs that I have my heart set on this year. This comes out, I believe, in August, but if you love fairy tale, you're gonna like this one a lot. I'm only like 50% in, so I don't wanna say too much, but if you like fairy tale, you're gonna like this. Those are all the books that I read in April. And honestly, I'm probably gonna end up doing a TBR video for next month just because I did not set one up. I'm a heavy mood reader, so it's really hard for me to stick to a TBR. I basically do like a TBC every month, but yeah. If you have any book recommendations that I should add for this month, please let me know, and I will be immediately running to Goodreads. But that is all. Bye.